You know, there's a big push in sales organizations to emphasize profit. And this is important because in the past, a lot of sales organizations just emphasized driving revenue, and salespeople would give away the store to close the deal, and they weren't really profitable sales. So emphasizing profit isn't a bad thing, but here's what can happen if all you talk about is profit and margin. The sale starts to lose its value in the eyes of the salesperson. Because now think about this. Let's think about car dealers, for example. What do you think they talk about at their sales meetings? Margin, 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 margin. You've got to keep the price. You've got to hold the price. You've got to hold the price. Don't let the customer talk you into a lower price. So what happens then when you go on the car lot, that's all that's in the salesperson's brain. Margin, margin, margin. We got to think about the price. We got to think about the price. We got to think about the price. So they have nothing else to talk to you about. So it's important that you as a sales leader establish certain parameters around margin, and certainly you want to make high profit sales. But if all you talk about is margin, the exact opposite will happen. Then all you'll be doing is prepping your salespeople to talk about price, and you'll find your margin going down because you'll be a commodity. That's why you need this purpose, and you need to be able to talk about how you have an impact on customers and the value of that. This overemphasis on margin winds up with you getting a lower margin, but an emphasis on how you make a difference to the customer is going to result in you getting a higher margin. And see, here's what happens. This is what I always say. The internal conversation becomes the external conversation. So if the internal conversation is all about money, that's all you've prepared your salespeople to discuss with their customers. That's why inside the company, you need to have conversations about how you're making a difference to your customers. It'll change the conversation your salespeople have when they go outside the company.